So question 4 is going to work a lot the same way. Actually, it's going to be even a little easier. Because in our drawing, you'll be able to see that we actually have the diameter already, 11.2 centimeters. And diameter tends to be the one that people work with most when they're trying to find circumference, because they know their diameter equals 11.2. I don't need to actually even write down what the radius is because I'm never going to use it. I'm going to jump directly to circumference equals pi times diameter equals 3.14 times 11.2. And right from there, I just figure out my final answer. So 3.14 times 11.2 is 35.168 centimeters. When you look at the question, it says to the nearest millimeter. So that's to the nearest tenth of a centimeter. So that's to this one. So it's actually going to be 35.2 centimeters. And that would be the nearest millimeter because that's a tenth. Moving on. Oh, this one's much, much easier. In the diagram below, what's the name of the line joining A and B? And it's just this. You have A over here, you have B over here, and that line goes from the middle to the edge. That's a radius. There's not much I can tell you above and beyond that. And we're going to go to the first problem. Now, this one here isn't that difficult. There's just steps. And again, you guys are getting a lot better at solving these problems because you are starting to break things down. You're improving your communication, which means you're improving the way it's laid out on a page, which makes it easier for you to follow, and I find you're not making as many little hiccups. We have this shape. We have a track, but this track is effectively a giant rectangle with half of a circle over here and half of a circle over here. And it wants to know the distance around this track. So it is much better to just solve this in the pieces we know. I know this length here from this to this is 100 meters, which means it's the same thing up here because it's a rectangle. Okay, so all of that range is 100 meters, all of that range is 100 meters. I also know that this spot over here, this line, is 55, which makes the same thing over there, 55. I would write meters, but I can't get my finger to write an M that small. And now we have some well, effectively we have one circle. Half of it's over here, and half of it's over here. And what do I know about that circle? I know that the diameter is 55 meters, which means I know that the radius is half of that, which would be 27.5 meters. And I don't know the circumference of it yet. Now, when I ask myself what's the distance around the track, I know it's this line plus half a circle plus this line plus another half of a circle, which really means I need the whole circumference of a circle, and I'm going to add this line and this line. So it's the whole circumference of the circle plus 200, which means that's not a super complicated question anymore. So I'm going to work on the circumference. Circumference equals pi times diameter equals 3.14 times my diameter, which is 55, equals, get out the calculator, 3.14 times 55 is 172.7. I know that the perimeter equals 200 plus 172.7 because I'd kind of already explained why. Equals 200 plus 170 equals 300, 72.7 meters all the way around. And that's it. It would be wise for you to probably explain in a few words what you were thinking, how you knew to do 200 plus C as your perimeter. Kind of makes your plan a little more clear and helps with your thinking mark a little bit. That being said, it's important that you read the whole question, and the question asks you to go to the nearest meter. Since this is 0.7, that's above 5. So 372.7 rounds up to approximately 373 meters.